just make sure. Okay, yeah, it says recording. Thank you, Sarah, because the last time I didn't see your chat, and I was like, God damn it. Okay. All right, so this moon, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are feeling, so I'm going to read just a few things about it. And I saved a post today that I wanted to share first. When I get to it, where is it? Give me 1 second. Where the hell is like saved posts on Instagram? I thought it was like, oh, there it is. Never mind. Okay. So this is from one of the girls that I follow that she talks about, she's like basically all about astrology and all that. So and she said it like perfectly, which is why I want to share this. The full moon today asks us to look at what we are nourishing in our lives. Are we feeding fear or guilt? Or are our attachments to comfort zones? So Taurus rules the earth we stand on. She reminds us that without a secure foundation in ourselves, we constantly feel that the ground will fall out from beneath us. We must trust that which supports us in order to evolve and grow. This support, which is internal, is directly linked to our self-worth and abundance. So for all those triggers that are coming up for you guys, like if you're not feeling grounded, it's basically just going to like sweep you under and like just say like, sorry, like, so that's where you have to learn to like basically feel safe and secure within yourself, which is what we're learning and practicing like through these healing sessions and like the group itself, and just making sure that we understand that our safety is within us, and like doing those practices. And like Britt, like you were journaling to yourself today, like allowing that to just like continue is going to help you become stronger within like yourself. And I think that's why I haven't really been triggered around this moon, and I've just been like basically aware and mindful of the things of where I need to heal, because I've been pretty damn stable and like nothing has like thrown me off, which I mean, I know it can, but anything that has been a trigger for me, I just make myself aware, and like even if I do have a small reaction to it, I shift it immediately. But the Taurus is concerned with resources, but not just possessions. She points our attention to how we view and value our greatest asset, ourselves. Taurus also gives us stillness. Constantly ground yourself today through your breath and your awareness. From this peace, feel that into all that you are. Feel your uniqueness, your gifts, and your worth. Feel your own internal support system and inner compass. Let this knowledge become your foundation to create from. When we create from a grounded place, we align with true abundance, which is the ability to do what our soul needs to do when it needs to do it. Abundance comes in all forms, but it all starts with self-worth. Adding to our fun today is Uranus retrograde. So I've talked about Uranus retrograde. Oh my God. That was like when it went retrograde, it was crazy for me. So I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I don't know if it's Uranus or Uranus. I don't know. But basically when it went retrograde, we were having crazy lightning storms, and Uranus controls the weather. So it was like very interesting how aligned that was. Like that was the same week that Thomas almost got struck by lightning. Like there was a lot of lightning happening. There was a lot of crazy weather in different areas of the world at that time when it first went retrograde, and it's still retrograde. So she says Uranus tends to cause earthquakes, and some minor and some major. He breaks things up, including our attachments, so we can build anew. Allow this energy to dislodge thoughts you were hanging on to. Venus retrograde is working hard to return us back to love and to elevate the divine feminine. So Venus is our love planet. So this is actually exactly what I'm working on right now, is not just love for myself, but love in my relationship. So that's been my focus this whole Venus retrograde. And I think it's also because my husband's a Libra, and it started during Libra season, that it's affecting us a lot. And I also have a lot of Scorpio in my birth natal chart, and it just turned Scorpio season. So I think a lot of that is aligned to that. with these two opposing, we have an opportunity to shift how we view our femininity, our feminine power, and its place in society. Uranus moves the collective conscious forward. Ask yourself how his energy can help move forward your own way of thinking. Let this full moon illuminate and shift what you're nurturing. Spend time thinking of ways you can feed your positive thoughts of self-worth and abundance instead of lower vibratory thoughts and energies. Changing the way we think isn't as hard as we imagine. It just takes commitment, something Taurus is known for, and let her help you. So this is exactly why I started this group, to help with commitment, because I think we tend to fall off of ourselves and then like we forget to come back to it. So having that support of other women to like that are also going through that and like wanting to shift their thoughts to positive and allowing all of that releasing to come. But once the releasing is done, we let it go and we move into that new love. So like any releasing that's coming out of you is allowing you to bring love into you. So just remember, like when you're going through, like Britt, like how you've been super emotional, remember that as you're releasing, and I know it's been like a lot, all of a sudden what's going to happen is you just made a ton of space within you, ton of space. So all of a sudden all this space is going to allow you to bring that truth of love into you just more, because you can't bring new space in until you release old space. So it's actually really good that you did all of that releasing today. Okay, so there's a little more on the full moon. So, okay. This earthy full moon is here to stabilize us, strengthen us, and help us become aware of our triggers and our weak points so we can find our calm whenever life brings us our storm. And there's always a calm before the storm, like perhaps like Mother Nature's way of protecting herself. And it's not that the full moon is going to bring a storm our way, but it does carry some volatile energy that could stir up some stormy weather that has been brewing for some time. So like if all of a sudden those emotional triggers came up today, that's just something that's been there that has been needing to come up. And it's allowing for that to happen. So full moons are for releasing. So that's why it's coming up right now. So if you, with Venus in retrograde, if you've had any issues in your relationships, that may also come to head as well, and will just need to be highlighted and come out, so that can move forward. Sometimes we tend to be reactive in the storms and we tend to get defensive. So that's like when we will like tend to run and hide and not face up to what is happening, and then it'll just come back around again. So allowing yourself to like not be reactive and be aware of it instead is going to help you actually become strong in your challenges and your triggers, and then you will move forward with love instead of continuously getting defensive and victimizing yourself, which is not going to help you. That's not going to help you release. So whenever this happens, we have to pause and find our calm before entering the storm. So this takes a lot of practice. This sometimes will still catch me off guard, but I tend to, when I can, just pause first before any situation that's happening that is chaotic. I pause first and then allow myself to make sure that I respond in a way that's coming from my truth and not from a reactive defensive place. Because otherwise you're going to get blown away. You're going to be in a powerless state. And that's when you allow those boundaries to come in. You're not setting those boundaries. And that's when you get thrown around and all of those emotions are all over the place. And then what happens is you end up hurting yourself, and then your ego is taking control, trying to protect itself. And then that's when you are focusing on, that's what happens when you end up saying you hurt someone else, and then you hurt yourself. So, and it's not true. It's anything, those are not your truths. And it's just an illusion that we're experiencing. So this full moon will guide you to go within, to retreat, and to think about your calm. So how often are you able to find this place in your day-to-day life? How often are you able to stay centered and balanced? And how often are you able to surrender and allow things to take their natural course? Answering these questions can only be done if you make time to journey within. So like doing your journaling, doing your meditations, When you get there and the answers emerge, keep pushing and ask not the universe, not the moon, but yourself. So, and this will help you maintain and increase this place of calm inside of you, because you know what's best for you and the answers are within. And the more you open yourself to allow those answers to come to you, that's when clarity will just come, instead of like trying to pressure yourself or like find it. Don't seek it, just allow it to come to you. And that's what going within does. It allows you to sit in that space of stillness so it can come up and you can listen. Okay, so, I mean, that's pretty much, it helps us find our stability. That's what Taurus's energy is about. And it's gonna just basically staying in your calm. And then even if it evokes a sense of fear and uncertainty, it's extremely cleansing and restorative. So remember that this is temporary. So any storms that come up, you're releasing so the sun can come in for like brighter days. So like, I love how this says, like, after a storm passes, the sun shines brighter, the rivers flow stronger, the grass looks greener, and the trees stand taller. There is a strength and a confidence that arises in the air. And just like Mother Nature looks lusher and fuller after a storm, so too will we. So I think that's perfect, because we are all connected. We are all one. So anything, you can compare yourself to Mother Nature with everything, because it's all natural. We're all flowing through with those emotions, and we're actually connecting with Mother Nature as she's trying to heal herself. So allow anything to come up, and try to find your truth by being stable, centered, and just know that love is everything. Love energy. That's what we're connecting with. Okay, so I hope that made sense for you girls. I know that was a lot, but I feel like I needed to share that. So we're going to do the meditation. I channeled this one today while I was at the park, and I started visualizing it yesterday, and I couldn't get it out of my head. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is what I'm going with. So I hope you girls enjoy this. All right. And I'm going to get my blanket and just relax. This blanket is amazing. Like, it's cold outside, but I'm warm because this is heated, so it's perfect. Okay. Relax and close your eyes. Relax your body. Take a deep breath through your nose. Hold it for just a moment and then exhale deeply. Relax your jaw and continue the deep breathing. In and out through your nose. Let your mind become aware of your feet. Feel a soft golden glow begin to enter your feet. Let it fill your feet with warmth and relaxation. Let your feet just fall where they naturally want to. Just let them go. Now feel that soft golden light begin to move up into your ankles. Feel your ankles become warm and relaxed. Let the muscles in your ankles relax. Just let go. And now feel that soft golden light begin to move up into your calves and shins. Feel your calves as they sink deeply beneath you. Let the muscles on top of the shins just relax. Feel them just let go. And now feel that soft golden light move into your knees. Let the warmth fill your knees. Let your kneecaps relax. Feel the back of your knees relax. Feel the muscles around your knees relax. Just let them go. Feel the warmth begin to move up into your thighs. Let the big muscles in your thighs relax. Let the warmth drip down from the tops of your thighs and ooze into the back of your thighs. Feel the back of your thighs just sinking beneath you. Just let them go. Now let the warm golden light move into your hip joints. Let your hips relax. Let the muscles in your groin relax. Feel your buttocks as it sinks into the floor and let those muscles relax. And now let the warm golden light fill your abdomen. Feel a ball of golden light filling your abdominal area. Feel the warmth from the ball of light. Take a deep breath into that ball of golden light and feel it expand. Now let the light move up your spine. Feel it as it bathes each and every one of your vertebrae. Become aware of the slight lift of the small of your back. Feel the space there. Feel the warm golden light flow up into your chest. With each breath you take, let your lungs be filled with that warm golden light. And now let your mind move to your hands. Feel the warm golden light fill each finger. Feel it fill the palm of each hand. Let the golden light begin to move into your wrists and on up your forearms. Feel those muscles expand with the light. Let your elbows relax. Let the light move into your upper arms and shoulders. Let your shoulder blades relax and sink down with ease. Let the light enter your neck. Feel your neck and throat begin to relax. Swallow gently and feel your throat open. Separate your lips slightly and then close them. Let your tongue drop into a relaxed position. Feel the warm golden light as it fills your entire head and face. Let your ears relax. Let your eyes relax. Allow that little space between your eyebrows to relax. Let your forehead relax. Let the top of your head relax. Just let go. And now that you're completely relaxed, I invite you to join me on a journey. Imagine that you're walking down the beach on a cool summer's day. The sun is just barely setting with beautiful pink, orange, even some purple colors in the sky. Your feet are bare, hitting the wet sand. Not quite sinking, but grounded with each step you take. The water comes gently crashing, swiping your feet before it recedes back into the vast ocean. You are alone, allowing yourself to take in the beauty of nature and the calm sounds of the water naturally moving to your right side. To your left, there is tall grass and dunes, cutting off the beach from the rest of the land nature has created. As you walk, you are mindful of the breaths you are taking. Deeply in and gently out. Listening to your gentle breath as it moves through your body. As you look at the vastness in front of you, a herd of wild horses come galloping from the dunes, making their way into the water. They come splashing. You stand there in awe, watching this natural, surreal experience take place. They stay there at the water playing and enjoying the ocean, paying no mind to you at all. You decide to keep walking. They don't seem to fear or really take notice of your presence, so you naturally walk towards them without any fear. You almost feel drawn to walk even closer, opening your eyes to their beauty as the sunlight hits their shiny coats and natural flowing hair. As you get closer, a light brown mare looks up at you with curiosity. You decide to meet her gaze and feel an urge to walk up and touch her. As you put your hand out, she feels comfortable and safe and seems to have no fear with you reaching out to her. When your hand meets her face, you give her a gentle pet down her face, still meeting her gaze. Her energy is gentle and kind, nurturing with a feminine energy that you feel as unconditional love. You decide to walk to the side of her, still keeping eye contact and petting down her soft, silky side. You feel confident, allowing her to feel safe as you make this connection with her. You make her feel at ease, taking the time to connect with this beautiful, gentle beast. She makes a snort with her nose, as if to communicate she's enjoying this moment. You look around and see the other horses just hanging around, not paying any mind to the encounter taking place. You take a deep breath and decide to give the horse a hug, allowing your energy to intertwine with hers. You can hear her heartbeat and decide to listen with your heart to feel and hear the connection between the two of you. In this moment, she gives you a loving message. You take the time to be still and listen. What is this message? Feel it and take it in. Integrate that message into your being, knowing that it is perfect for you in this time. You take a deep breath and make your way back to the front of her and gaze into her eyes. She bows her head to you, and you feel the need to take your forehead and place it against hers, thanking her for this wonderful experience and the message she has given you. You intuitively know that you are living as one. The oneness energy that you both are experiencing. Living on this earth, connecting with that same energy. You take one last deep breath, gaze into her eyes and say goodbye, while giving her a gentle pat. She snorts one more time as if to say goodbye and walks off closer to her herd. You stand there stunned, allowing yourself to take in what you just witnessed and felt. Unconditional love and oneness flowing through you. This is the truth of who you are. No distractions, just the energy of love. Before walking off, you take one last overview of the landscape before you, taking in the smell of the ocean, the comfortable breeze around you, the horses naturally playing in the water, a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you will hold close to your heart. You bow your head and hands to the horses and take one step back from where you came from. You mindfully listen to the water on your left side once more, receding and crashing in flow. The sunlight feels warm on your skin, as if its energy is revitalizing you to live the life you were meant to. Allow yourself to come back to this place throughout your daily life. This is the stillness we need to come back to with consistency to allow us to move forward in the truth of who we are and keep the distractions from entering our being and keeping us off balance. When you are ready, feel yourself coming back into your conscious awareness of the room around you. You begin to notice your surroundings. You feel the floor or bed under your body. You slowly move your hands and feet, and now you have returned to complete consciousness. Allow yourself to feel the peace and calm even though you are awake and alert. And so it is. Oh my goodness. I needed to move my leg. All right, ladies, I hope not all of you have fallen asleep, which tends to happen. And I know it definitely happens sometimes because all of a sudden someone will be disappeared. And I'm like, oh, they fell asleep. All right, if anybody had anything interesting happen, you can definitely share. If you didn't receive a message, that's okay. Just allow yourself to be open to any messages coming through to you in the next day or so, because sometimes that happens, or even just the next week, you'll just have an aha moment because you open that channel to receive a message from the universe. So that's the whole purpose of the meditation, to just allow your being to kind of listen to all of that and relax itself. And the purpose of the animal is to really connect with that true love energy that is one with you. And yeah. But I hope you girls enjoyed that and were able to relax. And I'm going to pull the ritual up now to make sure I have it and I'm all set up. But if anybody has anything to share, please do so. Kate, I know you love horses, so I'm sure.
It was really intense for me.
It was?
Yeah, because I had a pony that I had since I was 12, and she died about a year ago. Like a little bit over a year ago. And she was up in New York with my dad. And it was like, I didn't get to say bye to her. And I had her since I was 12. So I was crying during the meditation, because it was just it was her coming back, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm getting chills right now. Oh, I feel like that. So that was very purposeful for you. You probably needed to release that too.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you were able to connect like that. This was such a good one for you to be here for and be able to like really connect with. That's amazing. I'm so happy you did that. I know this is like rough. I know, being emotional and like feeling into that, but this is a really good time for that. So I'm happy you were able to do that. Did you get a message from her at all?
No.
Okay.
It was just kind of like, it was just her there, I guess.
You were like enjoying that connection with her kind of thing and like taking that time to connect. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry I did that to you. Like, it's my fault.
It's okay.
But I'm happy that that was intense for like that. In a way, I like that happened because that is a point of meditation, to allow those emotions to come up when it needs to. So that was super definitely intentional for you, that one. And Sarah, I know you connect with horses, so I don't know if anything came up for you. Because I don't know, I just like really needed to, it was like my meditation was like just around horses, and I'm like, I don't know why, like this has never happened before, like I've never had a meditation specifically about horses, but I was like, okay, I'm just going with it, and then it was like just flowing through me. So Kara, how was that? Were you able to connect at all? Hold on, I can't hear you.
That was good for me to relax. I didn't really get a message or anything, but it's always been hard for me to focus with meditation because my mind wanders a lot, but I felt very grounded, which is like what I've needed, because last night was a bad night for me. So
good. So it kind of just to ease that a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I was going to say before the meditation, because I know that you've never been on here with me before, I was going to say, like, don't try to make anything happen. And I was like, you know what? I didn't say it. There's a reason I didn't say it, because sometimes we like think we need to make something happen when really we just need to like listen. So like when you're saying like your mind wanders, a lot of people that happens a lot. Like that's like a normal thing to happen. And then instead of like trying to make your mind come back to it, just like basically let your mind do its thing. But then like, when you remember you're supposed to be listening, just keep bringing it back. And that's the best way to do it. And it'll just get easier as you do that. And then you won't get frustrated, because sometimes we tend to get frustrated, you know? So, and also same thing with the message. Like, I know some girls will get like, they're like, I didn't get a message, and they get upset about it. But like, really, it just like was not meant to happen in that moment, but you open that channel for you to receive a message, and all of a sudden it just, like I said, will come to you at some point, but you like open that channel, and all you got to do is just like allow it to come and just like receive it. You'll receive it on your own kind of thing at the right time. So that's basically what that's about for sure. Some people will get it directly in that moment and it's super intense, or like will have an intense connection like Kate did, like that it just depends on what's happening for you right now. And I know Kate, like you were saying, you haven't been very emotional this whole day, right? And then all of a sudden now it's like your emotions that needed to come up came out. So like you know, it's like happening for all of us at the right time and for us. So I don't know, but that's amazing. And I guess I don't know if Sarah fell asleep, but she disappeared, so I don't know what's going on. But I'm recording this anyway. She might have to go to her baby. Kim, how are you feeling over there, girl? And I can't hear you, so I'm going to unmute you.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure this all out. But it was pretty good. My 3-year-old's still awake, so that was a little, trying to concentrate was a little hard. But I could feel the energy. And I think this is like the first time since I've been home that I could really, really feel it. Like my forehead was like tingling and stuff, like it was at your place. And so it's just kind of crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. So you were able to connect more again. So Kara, just so you know, I don't know if Kate and Britt, I'm sure you've heard that. I did Reiki on her. So like I do Reiki, and I opened her third eye up, and like she had like, and she was here while we were doing the meditation. And her third eye was just like bulging, basically, what's happening. Hold on, I gotta plug in my computer. I didn't even know this was unplugged. So that's amazing. I mean, to be able to feel the energy is like really special too. I was getting chills. Actually, Kate, when you were telling me that story, I was getting a lot of chills as you were telling me that. So it was just that was definitely meant to happen for sure. Okay, well, I'm glad, like, see, like, everyone had their own experience, which is awesome. And it's different every time, and the more you do it consistently, the more you're going to open yourself up. So yeah, that's perfect. And I was really warm on my heating blanket, like, I'm like sitting there and like the heat's coming through me, and now I'm cold because I'm sitting on the ground. Okay, we're going to do the ritual now, and this is going to be fun. I love my rituals that we do during the full moon and the new moon because I always choose ones that are rituals that other people are doing. So it's like I basically choose one that's like publicly out there for others to use. And the reason I do that is because the more you can connect with more people and create that energetic flow from a bigger group, you connect with it more. And every single time I end up being like one with the energy in the room. And I get like straight body chills like through me. So these are always a lot of fun, and they're very healing and very purposeful. So, and I'm super excited for this one because I think this is very important for everyone that's been feeling the energy of this moon. So this is going to be fun. And I liked the part of adding the leaves and the flowers. Okay, so I need a pen. I'm like, oh, be ready with a pen. I have a pencil. Okay. Okay, so if you have your journal, I do have a pen. I want you to make sure you have your journal if you're going to do this with us. Because you're just going to like write something small. And then if you have your flower petals or leaves, just have them handy. And I'm going to actually smudge again and do a couple things before we start, but just have those things handy so you can listen as I do it. If you have a crystal too, that is helpful. I'm not going to use a crystal right now, but if you want to, you definitely can. Okay. So I'm going to read the little blurb beforehand. The Taurus full moon is going to help us find our strength. This is the strength that comes from when we align with our center and remain calm and open, even in situations that are volatile and difficult. This full moon is not necessarily going to conjure up challenges for you, but it may highlight and expose your triggers, and you can find yourself feeling off balance and out of sorts. So especially if you are not in that place of feeling safe within and like knowing that everything is just like good here, and you like those triggers are still like you're still feeling like external keeps you safe, that's when you're going to feel off balance because you're not coming back to you and allowing that. So this is just practice, and this is just healing. This is part of the journey. As an earth sign, Taurus energy wants us to be grounded and stable. It wants us to be strong so we can build and create towers as tall and as magnificent as the sky. So basically creating towers like boundaries for ourselves. And like, so Kara, like you were saying with, you were able to ground yourself. This is the perfect energy to do that. So like, I think that's why, like it was helpful for you to connect in that way to like ground yourself, because the Taurus energy is helping you with that, which is amazing. So this is a good one to do it with. So this ritual is going to help open to the energy of the Taurus full moon, and is going to help guide you to find your calm and align your center. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to smudge first. And if you have a candle, you can light it. But like I've said before, I set intentions with my candles. So it's not necessary, but you can use one. And I'm using a white candle right now. And I'm going to do that in a second. Okay. So I'm going to smudge first, and so I repeat a mantra, and you guys just listen and allow yourself to feel into it as we do it. And then we're going to do a little thing. Hold on. I just want to make sure this is in order. These are fun. I love these so much. Okay. So let me get my sage. Okay, so I'm going to smudge the space again and myself and say this. Okay. I cleanse this space with light and loving energy. Only positive energy may enter this space. It is safe for me to dwell here. It is safe for me to call this space home. My home is cleansed and I am renewed. My home is cleansed and I am renewed. Okay, and like I've said, I set the intentions for you to receive this energy as well, this cleansing. So I've said this one, Carrie, but energy has no time and space. It's more about the intentions behind it. Like I can send Reiki healing to you if you want, and it's just like me channeling that energy. So same thing, I'm channeling this energy to you guys in your space, and it's allowing for that positive energy to be around you. Okay. Okay, now I want you to have your journal. I'm going to light the candle now. I'm going to put my smudge down, my sage. Okay. I want you to take a piece of paper and draw either a triangle, a circle, or heart on it. Choose whichever symbol speaks to you most. To help with this choice, triangles represent the mind, body, and the spirit, which we were working on in our group. Circles represent wholeness or completion, and hearts represent love. If you wish, you can also draw another symbol that has a special meaning for you. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take this paper out. Okay. Now, after you do that, so I'm going to place, if you have a candle, you can place it on top of the paper, on top of the symbol. You do not have to do this part because, like I said, setting those same intentions. And then what I want you to do is take your flower petals and your leaves and place it around the paper, making it look pretty. And I'm going to take a picture of this so I could share it. I have beautiful flowers still blooming around my property. I have roses. I have these really pretty pink and yellow ones. Oh my God. I just like live in like beauty. I love it. Okay. So I have a lot, but I just was drawn to these flowers today. So, okay. Okay, so now I want you to take a deep breath to settle yourself. And what I want you to do is, like, if you're sitting, either have your feet flat on the floor or sit up cross-legged. So either one, whatever works best for you, because you're like grounding yourself. Yeah, you want to feel rooted and connected to the ground. Okay, now I want you to place your your hands over your heart center or your belly, wherever you feel you need to connect most. Intuitively, just like feel your body right now and choose what's the best place. I'm going to keep it over my heart center. Close your eyes and take 10 deep breaths. So this is going to connect within you. So we'll take 10 deep breaths together. Okay. Now I want you to take one of your flowers or leaves and put it in your left hand with your palm facing up. And I'm going to repeat this mantra. And while I do it, I just want you to look at the flower in your hand. The energy of Mother Nature guides me to what I need to release. The energy of Mother Nature guides me as what I need to release. The energy of Mother Nature guides me as to what I need to release. Now take your hands in prayer position so the leaf or flower is wedged between both hands. Close your eyes and breathe deeply here. The energy of Mother Nature guides me as to what I need to release. Okay. Now, I'm going to stand up. You could stand up if you want. And what I want you to do is still holding this leaf and flower. You're going to stand up and like shake out your body as if you're releasing everything that needs to be released. And imagine you are releasing and letting go any anxiety, any frustrations, any pains, any hurts, any emotions, and just stand up and shake it all out. And keep shaking until you feel like you've released what you needed to release. And trust that Mother Earth is helping you to release whatever it is that needs to get out of your body. So this is like releasing any trauma. I'm getting chills right now doing this. It's just basically releasing that energy. So just allow yourself to feel that moving through you. And I know a lot of us need this right now. So just channel that energy. Okay. I'm good. So whenever you ladies are good, take your time if you need to keep doing it. When you're ready, I want you to sit back down. Take your leaf and your flower that's in your hand, and I want you to exhale into it. And imagine you're exhaling the last of the anxieties, frustrations, or hurts, and just blow it all out into the leaf and flower. It says it can handle it. So, okay. When you're done with that, you're going to put it to the side. And I want you to take another leaf or flower and hold it in your right hand. And this time with your palm facing up. I want you to look at the leaf or flower and repeat. I'm going to repeat this. And you guys can just look at your flower and just listen to what I'm saying. The energy of Mother Earth supports and nourishes my soul. The energy of Mother Earth supports and nourishes my soul. The energy of Mother Earth supports and nourishes my soul. Again, bring your hands into prayer position, close your eyes, and take 9 deep breaths, because 9 is the number of completion. On your 10th inhale, open your eyes and look at the flower and leaf in your hand. Imagine inhaling beautiful, supportive energy from Mother Earth, and imagine that breath coming into your body and supporting and nourishing your soul. Place that leaf or flower off to the side with the other one you just used. Okay. If you have a candle, or if you don't, I want you to close your eyes with your hand in prayer position, and I want you to listen to what I'm saying and let it integrate into your being. I call on my highest spiritual guides and angels to help me stay in my center and stay in my calm. I know that Mother Earth is always guiding and protecting me, and I thank her for that. I thank you, all divine spirits who have joined me in this ritual today and have aided and supported me on my journey so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'm going to blow out the candle. Okay, so now you can keep your symbol, candle, and the flowers on your altar for the night. And then, or you can discard the flowers and put them like outside or whatever you want to do with them. That's up to you. And the 2 flowers that you use to work on the ritual, be sure to bury them in the garden, or drop them off into the wind, like whatever feels right to you, like toss them away after completing this ritual. So I'm going to like, after this, go outside and just like put them away. Okay, that was the end of that ritual. I am telling you, when I repeated that last mantra, the energy, I don't know if you caught me, but I like literally said, holy shit, because like I feel that energy. So it's like that because when I call in my angels and my spirit guides, they literally like come flowing in and make themselves known. So that energy was like literally flowing through me, which just shows that this was like truly working. So I hope you girls, like, if you didn't feel a release, you'll hopefully feel it tomorrow and wake up with like a sense of peace after all these emotions that we went through. So that was fun, right? Does anybody like that?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
What I was thinking was, I was like, I'm kind of happy that like, okay, there was like a ton of people interested in the meditation, but I'm happy that, I don't know, I felt like the space that was being held for us specifically that are doing this, and especially the girls in the group, it allowed it to keep it there and like not shift energy for those that are, I don't know how to explain it, but like, I'm like, okay, I'm really happy that it didn't take space for someone else by like, not, so like this group I think was perfect. And the girls that are going to replay this, I don't know, I'm just like really happy with the way the energy is aligned with all of us tonight. So that's amazing. Okay, I want to do one more thing. Who is on right now? Who is, oh, what did you switch? Did you switch, Britt? No? Can you hear me? Or no? Am I muted? It looked like you switched. Like you like, are you on in 2 places? What just happened?
My iPad died, so I'm on my phone.
I'm like, why is there an extra person and it says K Knuckles? And I'm like, what is this?
That's my cat's name. What the fuck?
That's so funny. Okay, so now I want to do this womb healing because, okay, in our group we're working on the sacral chakra, and there's been a lot of sexual energy like happening like within our, like, okay, so Kara, we have like
the penises?
Yeah, there's been a lot of sexual talk, and it's not even like, it's like around like sexual healing. Like Brett brought up something like more entertaining today around it, but like it was so perfect because I was just saying that I'm going to do a womb healing ritual, and then she talks about a freaking crystal vagina, which is literally what like womb healing is. So it's okay. And stop. I literally opened my book to the page of the freaking ritual. Ugh. I love it. I like literally this book is like this, like so many pages, and I just opened right up to it. Okay. So our womb is like our sacred space, and we tend not to, or should I say like temple, and we tend to not respect it as much as we should. And like, it's just the way that we were taught. And we've kind of like thought like being open with it is okay. And it's really, now this is going to help us connect more with it and give it that sensuality and sacredness it deserves. So, okay, this is just a small ritual that I think is important to do tonight. So I want you to place your palms on your belly in the shape of an inverted triangle, which is like this. So that's basically the shape of vagina. So that's what we're doing right now. Too bad Britt does not have her crystal vagina. How perfect would that be right now?
Dude, I need it. I'm so upset.
That would be so freaking perfect. Okay. And then what you're going to do is your thumbs are going to touch near your belly button and your other fingers facing down. So this is underneath your belly button and like in that space right there. So that's our sacral chakra. So this is what we're focusing on. And you're going to take several slow, deep breaths into the fullness of your hands, feeling your breath rise and fall, contract and expand. So we'll do this. I guess we'll do like 5 deep breaths. So put your hands below your belly button into that triangle and allow it to sit in that space and really feel into it and allow it to expand. So put your like visualization in that area as you breathe. Okay, and I also felt guided to send you girls Reiki to your sacral chakra as I was doing that. So that was intentional. Okay, now move your breath deeper beneath your hands into your ovaries and feel your breath spread deeply throughout, activating and awakening this area of your body. Keep breathing into your ovaries and begin to feel your awareness move into your pelvis, yoni, kidneys, and breasts, and continue circling this energy within you for several more minutes. We won't do it for that long. Okay, so let's do that first. So we'll do 5 deep breaths again, and just allow yourself to like circulate through your reproductive system and like giving it love as you do it. And I will do Reiki again in that space. Okay. And now you're going to still do that inverted triangle, and you're going to rest your hands in your lap with that shape. And I want you to imagine a pearl beneath your belly button in that space, like storing this bright healing energy. So I'm going to do Reiki one more time. Okay. All right, so I basically sent like Reiki healing to you girls in your sacral chakra. So that's basically what I was doing. So allow that energy. It's actually interesting now that I think about it. So before I started the meditation, I was feeling like a small stomach ache in that area, and I had no idea why. And it just like came out of nowhere. And then when I came out here and started channeling energy as I was like speaking about the planets and all that, it went away. And I also had a headache. My headache's completely gone. So when I channel energy, it's really interesting how, and like they say, like when I do Reiki healing, it's the same thing. Like I'm physically like allowing that energy to like heal any ailments that are happening at that moment, but because it's so weird how much better I feel right now. But because I put myself in that higher vibrational state, I think it just like released everything that needed to be released. And I think in my sacral chakra, since I put those intention there, was allowing for something to like be released in that moment. So that was pretty cool. But all right, I'm curious if you girls, so pay attention to that now, because when I do Reiki for the next 24 hours, you might like start to feel something physical. Emotions may come up, or mindfulness and certain things around your like either like sexual trauma or something like that. Okay, I just, for some reason the cards just flipped on me, so this is the group card. I wasn't ready to pull it, but it came out, so I'm going to read it. So I got, my community is supportive, loving, and active in the world. So yeah, what I was saying is just be mindful of what you feel in that space, because energy tends to, Reiki energy tends to release in those areas. So definitely be mindful of that. Okay, community. We are often more resourceful than we think, with abundant support all around us. No matter how big or small, it's empowering to have a circle of like-minded people in our life who are supportive, loving, and active in the world. Whether you have a strong community or you're craving community, this card has appeared to reconnect you to the power of tribe. Like our tribe. This is our tribe right here. And your ability to call it in. Friends or family, near or far, your community is what you make of it. So Britt, this is like for you too, in this sense. Be willing to reach out and welcome others in. So like how you were saying, like no one's near you, like you're still connected with them, even though it's not physical. So start to tune more into that. And I think that'll help you with what you've been feeling. The collective wisdom of community inspires and motivates us while also stretching out of our comfort zone. Together, we can hold each other accountable for becoming our best self, reflect areas we still need to develop, and nurture our belief in one another. Community is love, growth, tribe, and family. I love this card because that's literally what we do in our group, is try to just help each other just like develop and continue to heal and be our best self. So that's what our challenge is around. And I feel like we still support each other even when we're having trouble. So that's the best part of it. And I need to freaking sit back in my blanket, so I'm going to do that. And now I'm going to pull cards for each of you. So I guess just call out or comment, because it makes it easier for me to like connect with each. Actually, okay, I'll do perfect. There you go. I was going to say do something on the screen because I'm looking at all of you. So you did it. All right, connecting with you now. Okay, now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. So I don't know if you pulled this card last time. Did this come up for you?
I don't know if it was last time, but I have gotten it before.
Okay. But let's read it again, because maybe it's important. Okay. Integration is just as important as learning. When we filled our basket to the brim, we need to pause from taking more in so that we can digest all that we've gathered. You're incredibly resourceful with a deep well of insight and knowledge to share. Okay, now is the time to embody the abundance you harvested and put what you know into action in your own life and your offerings to the world. Step back and acknowledge your teachers. Integrate what's been passed to you and share your growth with others. This can take many forms. If you feel like you're not ready yet, know that you indeed have something special to share, and you can make a positive impact with all that you already are. Now is the time. I don't know. I feel like this is really like it's related to your relationship, number one, what you've been like trying to teach Kevin, right? Like, don't you feel like you've been trying to teach him? And then also with you opening your shop and you wanting to make it a healing shop, I feel like it's like basically telling you to just like
go for it.
Yeah. And not worry about it and just allow it to, and like be confident in it.
Right.
So maybe like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, okay, so I know you said you're doing meditations, but like, when you're focusing on your shop, are you thinking of the tattooing, or are you more thinking about the things you want to do for healing?
Like definitely more like healing wise what I want to do. I don't know, and I feel like I have like a couple like ideas of what it might be. Like I've been honestly thinking about like acupuncture or like channeling like spirits, people who have passed and stuff. I just don't know which one.
You doing it yourself?
Yeah.
And do you feel comfortable doing that, or do you like get afraid to do it, or you like you're not sure? Because like I was at one point nervous because I was like, can I do this? But like then it was like once I like got past that, I was like, oh fuck it, I can totally do this.
Yeah, I don't think like channeling spirits scares me now. It used to, like I used to see stuff when I was like 16 and like that fucking freaked me out. But now I think that like I don't know, I'd be prepared enough to do it. It's just
And
like,
you're confident doing it for other people, I guess was my question mostly. Like you're confident.
Yeah, I think if I had like the training to do it, because like as of late, like I can't like just pull up like spirits for people.
So, okay, so like my thought around that too, like, so for me, channeling, so you can specifically channel spirits, which is similar to your intuition in a sense, but like knowing that, like, so like it all comes back to trusting yourself. So when you can trust yourself and just like do it, because like training can only help so much because you do it in your own way.
Right.
Get what I'm saying? So like someone trying to train you on it isn't really going to help, because it will help in a sense because it can open you up to like seeing like the way they do it in a way, but tuning into your own gifts is what's gonna help you most. So like for me, like I can channel messages, but what was like holding me back was my fear of like getting it right. And then I was like, I don't know why I'm doing that, because there's just messages coming to me. I don't know what they fucking mean for this person. I don't even know, like, and when I first started doing it, I was like, okay, well, this is coming through and it's weird. Like I remember like one of my first meditations, like I channeled, like I was visualizing a garden and like a waterfall. And like, I was like, I don't know what this means for this person. I don't even know if it's right. I don't even know if it connects with her, like things like that. And then once I started doing it, like she was like, holy shit, like that's my sacred space in my backyard. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I started to become more confident in it, because it was like, I was like, okay, so I just really need to just go with my gut and like trust myself. So once you start to do that more, and like you actually will like call in those spirits, and like you're basically claiming that space, like, okay, I'm allowing you to come to me because I want to channel these messages for these people. So I'm going to trust it and listen. And I feel like that's what's going to help you most.
Yeah, I think I just need to like sit with it and like be open to it when I'm with like people.
Yeah, and it's going to take time. Obviously, you have to practice it. So I think, like practicing with first client, the best for me was practicing with people I didn't know. Definitely.
Yeah, because I feel like people it's like.
What about doing it with like your tattoo clients you have now?
So I've like had like situations where like it was a while ago. This one girl I was tattooing, it was like a tattoo like for her grandpa, and then like mid tattoo, I saw him in the room and he like walked up to me.
Whoa, I'm getting chills right now. That like
he like walked behind me and he like put his hand on my shoulder and was like looking at like the tattoo, and I like like I saw his face like clear as day, and like I didn't really say anything to her. Well, I was kind of like like I think that he definitely like approves. And she was like, you think so? I'm like, yeah. So like I wasn't like, I fucking see him, he's touching me, because I didn't know how she was gonna react, and I'm like tattooing her.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, like I think just like talking about it and that I want to channel that will like open it up more.
And trusting, and like not being like unsure to say anything like that, just like going with it, like I need to say this right now, like this is happening to me and this is a message for you, so I'm fucking saying it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, and then the more you do that, the more you'll come to me. I mean, I don't know if you want a ton of spirits coming to you, like I
don't know, like I feel like they used to be like negative when I was younger, so that's why like I was hesitant for so long. But
Do you think it was through fear though they were negative, or was it just
I think it was like the places like I grew up, like the crack house that I lived in, like there was such just bad energy there, and like there were like 5 people that like died while I lived there, like suicide, drug overdose. So it was just like very
oh my God, I can't believe even
so like those spirits that I would see like in my house were like really fucking like dark energy. So I think that's why like that was my first experiences around it. So it was something I avoided for a while.
Yeah, for sure. And I could see that being a fear of yours in a sense, but I think when you set that boundary of only connecting with divine loving energy, that's going to help you.
And I didn't know how to do that then.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, when you're younger, and then also being young and seeing that, like, that's got to be, I would be freaking scared, I think.
There was like this one guy every single night when I got home sitting in my living room and like just like this, like in the chair, like watching me walk through the living room. Every
No
night. And I'd be like, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, and just like run through the living room.
Oh my God. I'm surprised you never talked about that with me. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you've told me many other things, but like, I don't remember you ever speaking about that. That's freaking crazy.
There's a lot of creepy ones.
Yeah, that's super creepy. Kate's like, no. Well, it's funny, like, it's interesting. So, like, Brittany Brower, she could also see spirits sometimes, and she fears it. So this is like part of the reason why I feel like the group is good to connect with other people that can do it, because it's going to help you grow and her grow with certain things. Like, I don't know. I got to get her on Marco Polo, but like, and like I said with Sarah, like she sees premonitions, and if I feel like the more you guys can speak about that together will like help you grow through that energy with each other
and make it happen more, probably.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it kind of helps to have similar gifts in that way. Like I don't really have premonitions. I definitely don't see spirits. That's never happened, but I feel them. So like I can feel when someone's with me, or like have a knowingness. I also visualize a lot, like through my third eye, and I will just like basically like see experiences, and I'm like, so that's where my gifts are basically. Feeling is big for me. That's a big one, but not necessarily seeing. Like I feel like seeing like that is very powerful, and you can like really work with that.
It could be fucked up.
I mean, it's kind of fucked up, especially
my mom's house. There's like a little girl that like laughs all the time.
What house?
My mom's house.
Really? That's so
like,
crazy.
all the time. It's really fucked up.
Does your mom hear it or no?
No, but she hears her like open and like shut the cabinet doors, and like she's like locked us like in and out of rooms like so many times that we've like just taken and kept doorknobs off of rooms because there's no point. Like the bathroom at my mom's hasn't had a doorknob in like 3 years.
That's terrifying. No, thank you.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the day.
That's so funny. See, I don't experience things like that, and I don't know if it's because I don't welcome it. I don't know.
I think if I like laugh at it, like I'm more open to it or something. I don't know.
Well, probably. Like, and I mean, does it feel like more of a playful energy than anything else?
Yeah, like I knew she wasn't negative, so I would almost try to like communicate with her.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I never saw her specifically, but my ex, who like didn't really believe in ghosts until he met me, that was like the first ghost that he ever saw, was that little girl, and she was like always sitting on the edge of my bed. I was like, great. Fucking awesome.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I can't. Okay, so back to okay. So the more you connect with this, I feel like you really need to make this your focus for your shop. As much as it was like for tattooing, I feel like that it's around this stuff.
Yeah, I definitely do. I think like tattooing is going to be, I'm making money off that, but it's going to be more minimalistic so I can focus on this.
And like healing. Well, and I know I feel like you can also, I don't know. I keep saying this, but like integrating both, like almost like Like, okay, so when you tattoo, do you channel anything through that? Like sometimes like people can do like writing and that helps. Like I do Reiki and I can channel. Does tattooing do that for you at all? If you're connected, while you're connected, not like when you're constantly going through it like all the time.
Not really.
Okay.
Sometimes. I think I've had such a negative like feeling around it lately that like I'm trying to not be that way.
Yeah. You might just need space from it. Yeah, I think, I mean, focusing on that, and just doing it, like having it as a tattoo shop, but like really making the focus healing. I think you need to be doing that. Obviously, you've said it multiple times, but that's basically what this card is saying, and to trust yourself around it. And also, just so you know, if you ever want to like learn Reiki, I could definitely do a class for you too, if you want to add that.
That'd be awesome.
That'll connect you deeper, and a lot of the girls in the group want to do it. So whenever the right time is, we can all do it, and basically you would get attuned. And I'm telling you, Reiki connects you so much, and the more you do it, the more you connected you get. So every time I have a Reiki client, I just become so much more connected. I become so much more balanced because that energy is flowing through me too as I'm healing them.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm like so down to like, all my girls have like Reiki on, like, and it'll be under me. Like that's like the best part. We'll be aligned in the same like lineage of Reiki. That's like my favorite part about it. So, yeah, we'll make that happen for sure. Okay, which one of you girls want a card? Okay, Kate, and then Kara, you get special rep. Which, by the way, this time I was pulling a card for Britt on your birthday. Like, you were, like, coming so strong through. I was like, okay, this girl just needs a card right now. All right, Kate, connecting with you first. Okay. I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. Did you get this last time?
Yes.
Are you still feeling that way?
You know, I feel like I've been like doing better with it. So
okay. Well, maybe it's just continue to focus on it.
Okay.
Let me read it again.
All right.
Let me just read that. But I remember you getting that last time too. I could pull another card for you too if you'd like to get like a better idea around it. We are perfect and flawed all at once. To deny this is to not deny the experience of being fully alive. Although we all share this truth, we tend to be hardest on ourselves and may have developed a fierce inner critic. This voice has power. Do not banish it. Instead, teach this voice to be more uplifting and supportive. Notice when negative thoughts sneak in and to choose to think differently. As you free yourself from unhealthy thought patterns, tune into what your real needs are. Recognize your desire to be loved and know that you're worthy beyond measure. Like any devoted practice, the retraining of your mental habits craves consistency. Continue showing up for yourself with kindness and compassion, and your inner critic is ready to transform into more loving and productive voice in your life. So I think it's really about just being consistent with it and continue to do it. I also pulled a card as I was reading, and I actually pulled the full moon card, which is interesting because we're doing the full moon, and it's I allow stillness to heal and reveal. So 18. Okay, so if we take a moment to be still, even amongst the chaos, we get in touch with our true essence and can tune into a more centered presence. Stories of our past, mistakes we've made, regret, resentment, heartache, deep wounds, or lessons, these can all be healed, and we can always be restored. Each time you soften into the present moment, you have an opportunity to heal, grow, and create something better. No matter what has happened along the way, you have not been ruined. And there's no unhealable state of mind. Surrender and be gentle with yourself today. Show up just as you are. Allow stillness to heal and reveal whatever is present. A radiant woman is emerging from the depths of the earth, having lived a full life of many textures and teachings. You're powerful beyond measure and must participate in your own healing. Yeah. And the ritual is around basking in the moonlight. So if you want to do that with your flowers, after you go put your flowers outside and just sit in the moonlight, I might do that. Okay. So basically being in the moment and listening to yourself and like going within and listening. And I know like, okay, especially when you have kids, like it's very chaotic, and just like continuing to like come into yourself when you start to feel yourself being like affected by that. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, because it happens to me too. I know that that definitely just, I mean, like I'm thinking of Jade, and I can only imagine Savannah's probably the same way. So, I mean, I definitely have to consistently like take time and come back to myself, because otherwise I'm reacting rather than just like allowing myself to just be still for a moment and then like speak.
I react a lot, and like I have like, I guess once I had Max, I had like postpartum depression, like really bad, and I took it out on Savannah. And
oh, poor girl.
Yeah, so like I have like a lot of guilt towards that, and I've noticed like now within the past like couple weeks I've kind of gotten a lot better with it, because it was kind of ongoing, like, and I was just always trying to like get better with her. And now I'm noticing like it's becoming easier for me to, I don't know, I guess love her. I don't know. It was really bad. I was very reactive towards her, and it was all, and I noticed myself doing it. So that was like even worse. Like I couldn't stop myself. But now I just, once she gets crazy, I'm just like, okay, like.
Yeah. And I totally get that, because sometimes I do that with Jade, not like to a full extent, but occasionally. And then I notice I do it, like I'm reactive, and it's just because like she triggers me in certain ways by like just being like too much for me to handle. So I get like triggered, and then I react to it. And then like, obviously it's not intentional, and I'll make sure I go back and like apologize and like allow myself to come back to that place of centeredness and like really stay mindful of her. I don't think it was enough to like I don't know, like I didn't have postpartum depression or anything, but I noticed I would notice when I was doing it, and I would have to like take myself back, but occasionally it would happen. And I feel like did you do the forgiveness ritual?
I did the one where I kind of just write out like who I forgive, basically.
Okay. So, which is good. The last one we did was channeling the energy through your heart.
I do remember that. Yes.
Okay. I would definitely do that with Savannah.
Okay.
And her do that. I think that'll help you a lot, and it will ease that for you, and you'll be it'll kind of help you be less reactive, I think, too, just by doing that, and your guiltiness will kind of subside from that. So taking that time especially when those feelings come up. So like when those feelings of guilt come up, tune back into yourself and like try to like visualize a light going between your heart and her heart. And then just like basically in your mind, like saying, I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me and thank you. I think there was like 4 things, and just like, I mean, for whatever comes to your mind, but that will just help you and like heal that relationship together, and it'll make you feel better. And I think it will help with like her also, because I'm sure like, I don't know if she absorbed any of that energy. Kids tend to be able to let that go easier, and sometimes it comes out in emotions, which that's just them releasing. So I mean, I'm sure I'm hoping, I mean, I hope, and plus when you do like energy channeling like that, it will help her release anything too. So
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because like, I feel a lot of guilt around that. Like, it's been like a year of like a really hard work in progress on myself emotionally, I guess, with it. So.
No, it makes sense. And it's good that you're doing healing work for yourself right now, because that's going to help heal that relationship with her. And also like, I understand you feel guilty, but like you weren't intentionally trying to do anything wrong. And I think you need to like kind of forgive yourself around that. And now you just want to heal it moving forward, and just give as much love to yourself and to her as possible. And even though you don't always do it perfectly, like, it's okay. That's just the experience you're experiencing right now, and it's just going to help you grow stronger. So, I mean, you know you love her. She knows you love her. And I mean, that's basically the essence of a relationship. So, but girl, I totally get you with that. Like, I do not, like, in any way judge you because, first of all, I never would. But, like, just in general, like, there's just, it's just too much. Kids can be too much. Like, wait. Yeah. And especially having an infant, and then basically that's her. I think that was her also going through those changes and like craving that attention from you, and basically it was too much for you to handle. So like,
oh, absolutely,
yeah. I mean, that's basically what that was around. So like, you understand that. And like, I went through a really hard time too, like recovering. And I just remember being in the hospital, and Jade was being so sweet. She was so freaking excited about the baby, like so excited, so happy to be with me, like whatever it was. And I had like the worst spinal headache. And I like said to my mom, I was like, I need Jade to get out of here. And I felt so freaking bad saying that, but like, I just couldn't handle it. So like, I've had those moments too. So like, you know, you're not alone in that for sure. And you're still a good mom. So just make sure you know that. Make sure you know that, because you're still an amazing mom, even though those things happen.
That's my biggest thing that I tell myself. Like, I'm a horrible mom. And I've been just like really working on that. And like,
no,
I'm busy all the time. Like, I'm doing stuff all the time around the house, or I'm doing school, or I'm doing like LuLaRoe. So I'm just like trying to shift that as I'm a busy mom, whereas I'm not so much as a bad mom.
Matters unless you're John Basso.
You are an amazing mom in the sense that you are doing this stuff for your kids. Don't you feel like that's the reason you're doing it? You're trying to be successful for their life, right? So that makes you an amazing mom. That's you putting your energy and effort into doing the best you can for you, for them, right?
Yeah.
She's not a bad mom. Bad moms are the moms that don't care and like don't give a shit about the way they feel. You care a lot about your kids. That makes you an amazing mom. And you doing all that stuff is like amazing in general, like keeping yourself like multitask and doing all these things. Now, yes, maybe you want to shift some things and give more attention to your kids. Like, claim that space. Say, I would like this space to be able to give them more love and attention. But that doesn't make you bad for not doing that already. Okay. That's actually big with the card with it's not necessarily critical with your body, it's also your thoughts. And like, if that's one thought towards you, that's something that you need to realize that that's true, that you're a bad mom. And you deeply truly know that. So continue to like shift that, and not necessarily, you don't have to say you're a busy mom and like make an excuse for it or like put a label on it. Just know that you are doing this for your kids and for yourself to be your best self.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. But trust me, and from the outside looking in, you are an amazing mom. So like, don't.
Thanks.
You got this. Okay. You got this. And I know how hard it is to be a freaking mom. I know it's hard. It is really freaking hard. I feel guilty sometimes too. And especially from like, we go from this place of not being a mom and then trying to be a mom and do everything else that we were trying to do before being a mom and like work our kids into it. Like, it's hard. So I totally get that for sure. So that, I definitely think you need to forgiveness around yourself too is really important.
Yeah.
That'll help you. All right, Kara, I'm going to play you a card now as you're patiently waiting.
It's okay.
Okay. I needed to pull two because they were both, okay. I trust the mystery of life, and I think a lot of people have this trouble, fearing the unknown and what's to come, what your life is about and what you need to be doing, all of that stuff. Does that connect to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and the other one is I unleash my wildness and choose to be free. Okay, so let's go to the first one because this is a big one, and I think it's really important, and it's a very aligned with a lot of people. Like, you're not just the only one feeling this. A lot of people get into this. So the unknown can sometimes be unsettling. Even when we prep and plan, the future is unpredictable. When we realize that the mystery is the magic of life filled with fertile possibility, we can approach it with trust rather than fear. Raven has arrived to remind you to trust the mystery, the unknown realm, and deep inquiry. She is a bird of mysticism and magic, birth and death, shadow and light, and the messenger between them all. Let go and surrender so that your energy can flow more freely and your ability to trust and expand. You don't have to fix, solve, or have all the answers today. The magical mystery and innocent wonder of life is something to celebrate rather than fear. So a lot of what's behind this is living in the now, and we tend to have our minds and thought, or what to say, our mind and our thoughts like rush to everything that we want to accomplish and the uncertainty of things and all of that stuff, right? Does that make sense to you? So instead of like staying here right now and knowing that you are like taking those steps to get to that place that you want to be, we tend to fear that, what if we can't make that happen? What if that's not going to happen? How am I going to make that happen? And all of those things is just not something to focus on. Instead, trust like that those things that you want are going to happen for you, and staying here and now and listening to yourself and those steps that you need to be focusing on. So like it'll come to you and be like, okay, for some reason I really feel like I need to be doing this right now, and trusting that.
Okay, that sounds good actually.
Okay, that makes sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Yeah, and if you have anything else you want to say on that, you definitely can. Like,
I definitely, Brittany can vouch for me with this, that I often like plan every single thing, or like when I'm nervous about something, I'm like, well, what if this person reacts this way? Then I have to react this way, or I have to approach it this way. And I've been feeling like that for the past few days, just because I had like an awkward situation happen, and like I've been so like anxious about it, where like I had like a panic attack last night just thinking about like how this person will respond.
And you make stories. You make up stories in your head, and then what happens? It doesn't play out that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It usually never does.
That's right. So basically, how to get yourself back to ground yourself that way, and I was talking to Britt about this earlier, so this is like totally connected. That's your inner child making up stories, like having fear around things, and like and just like not feeling like safe. So basically you need to talk to yourself. This is like the inner you, and like say like, it's okay, none of that's happening, that's a silly story, it's just going to play out perfectly where I can handle it as it comes to me. And and it's challenging me in a way so I can grow. So when this comes to me and happens, I'm going to confidently know how to handle it. Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah.
And that's
really,
so trust that. Okay. So like, just trust that, trust yourself. And then when you start to get like anxious, ground yourself, come back to yourself and say, okay, it's really okay. That's not happening right now. Right now I'm fine. I'm laying in my bed, enjoying meditation, and this is great. I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
You're not even at that place yet. So allow that place to come to you.
Okay.
Definitely.
That definitely helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, God, it takes a lot of practice for sure, because like we were never taught this. So we tend to like run through our thoughts, and no one ever taught us to like come back to our hearts and our center. So like that's kind of what we need. But unfortunately it takes practice and time. So when that starts to happen, think of those things. And I mean, I would love for you to be in the group, because I like have a ton of like things you could go to. Like I have a grounding video that you could just look at, and like when you start to feel that, go to that grounding video and use those things and be like, yes, like I needed this. Or even just like breathe and like bring yourself back. So, but like, trust me, that's no matter what happens to you, no matter what, every single time something happens and comes to you, no matter how you react to it, no matter how the situation plays out, you can always handle it. and we always think it's going to be worse than it actually is. Every single time.
Right.
We've always made it through. Like, we are here today because we made through everything in the past. You've made through cancer. Like, think about it. Like, that's badass to get through that. Like, I say that to Thomas.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, I would never want to go through that. Like, hell fucking no.
Yeah.
But, like, you did that. And, like, that's such, like, a strong thing to go through. Like, I mean, like, you battled something that was, like, through your body that wasn't part of you. And then you made it through, fought through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, like, an example. So, like, a freaking conversation with someone, really? Isn't that?
Yeah. That's why I feel like I have this, like, really bad resentment towards other people, because I've been through a lot, and not to, like, be like, well, I've been through more than you have, but, like, I don't like getting upset over trivial things. So, like, when people do get upset over trivial things or, like, disregard something that's important to me, it does make me upset, and then it makes me anxious because, like, I'm not confrontational. So it's like this, like, ongoing cycle.
Right. Well, also that's you. So when something like that happens and they don't care about what you're saying, don't worry about how they feel. Just make sure that you are caring about what you are saying. Like, make sure that you are giving yourself that, whatever it is that you care about, make sure it's coming from you. And then it won't matter as much how they are.
Okay. That's really helpful, because I do, like, often consider other people's feelings over mine, to the point where it's, like, really hindering.
Yeah, don't do that. Your feelings matter the most, and yourself wants you to listen to your feelings the most. So make sure you're giving that to yourself. Even the non-confrontational things that seem scary, when you start to do that more consistently and start standing your ground, standing in your truth, and, like, speaking that's going to make you feel more loved from yourself, because you are standing up for you, and you need that from you.
I definitely did realize that, actually, within the past few days, because I had a confrontation with one of the people that I live with, and I realized that I was more upset that I didn't speak up for myself more. You know, like, I felt really bad for what happened, but at the same time, like, I wish that I stood my ground for myself more. So I definitely will work on that.
Yeah, awareness is the first thing. So now just be mindful every time. And also, you're experiencing these things for a reason, for that to happen. So, like, those experiences are going to keep coming to you until you're consistently standing in your truth. Okay, so just expect it and just trust it, that it's for your growth and your benefit.
Okay.
So that can kind of help bring a little bit more certainty, in a sense, so you to understand why you experience these things, and don't victimize yourself. Just understand that it's love from the universe and for yourself to be able to grow and, like, really live in the truth of who you are. Okay. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, no, that helped a lot. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And then you also got another card, because I pulled two at the same time. So, wild. There is a primal and wild nature at the core of our being that demands to be heard. Sometimes we need to leap freely as the wind sweeps us into a vast forest. Other times we need to express our wildness within our community. Wolf has arrived to remind you of your unique wild spirit and ability to choose how you express it. She also represents a balance between your own needs and the needs of your tribe. Wolves are fiercely loyal to their mates and lived in socialized packs. They're also strong individuals and curious explorers. Choose what freedom means to you as you embark on a journey of personal discovery. As clear as the wolf's howl at the moon, learn to hear your inner voice and unleash your wildness. How aligned is that with, like, expressing?
Yeah, definitely.
So that
definitely connects.
Basically reassuring you. But
yeah,
these cards don't lie. Every single time, like, I pull them.
I know.
What the
I
heck?
have chills.
It still surprises me, but it just helps like, bring, like, more, like, reassurance, like, told you what I was just saying, told you. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm happy you did this tonight. I hope this helped you for
I'm
sure.
happy I did too.
Yeah.
It definitely did.
Okay, good. I mean, I honestly think you would love the group because we do like, and I'm sure Britt has talked about it, we do self-love.
Yeah, she says so many good things about it.
We do self-love meditation, so it's going to help you love yourself more too. Like, that's a big
I definitely need to work on that. Yeah.
Well, none of us like, and God, you have no idea, like to get myself here, the fucking shit I've been through. Like how Brittany is like, she's like, I want to be a healer. I'm like, great, good idea. Let's see what you have to go through now.
Not good.
It's like a ton of like it's like, and I didn't understand while I was experiencing that at first. So like, I was not guided that I was going to experience all this shit because like, Sophia was the one that I went to, and she never like, which by the way, she might have died. I'm not sure what happened to her. She like,
You still haven't heard about her?
no, like I called her and her sister answered the phone and said, Sophia is retired. She's sick or something like that. So I don't know what happened to her, but I went
What
to
the
her.
fuck?
Yeah, but she didn't take care of herself. So like, I didn't learn that part of like, the more you can connect with yourself to like be a healer and like heal yourself, the stronger you will be and like really be able to like live and like fully be happy and in peace. Like the anxiety that comes through for us is like it's an illusion, and the only reason like we don't understand it is because we're not tuning into ourselves enough. And that's what's happening. So like a lot of people, like it drives me crazy with like the mental health thing that like goes through because they like mental health research, and I'm like, oh, I just want to like teach you. You don't need to look externally. It's all within you. Like that's where it is. It's in here. But like for some reason, it's like we have this tendency to look outside of ourselves for answers when the answers are all in here. You just need to practice and keep focusing.
Definitely.
Right? You know what I mean? So, and you have two people, Kara, like Britt being, and then you have me too in your family that like,
I know.
like you have like that connection, and I'm sure you have that within you for sure. Britt, did you see that post I shared to you too? Did you see that I tagged you, that I sent you on Instagram? I'm trying to look for my phone. I don't know where it is. But I
don't know. When did you send it? Tonight?
I sent it tonight. Where's my phone? It was like the perfect thing to share with both of you right now. Where is it? What the? Oh, it's next to me. Okay, I'll read it. Because Kate signed off, I think. Okay, so it says, pain travels through family lines until someone is ready to heal it themselves.
Yo.
He talks about that all the time.
Right? By going through the agony of healing, Britt, you no longer pass the poison chalice into generations that follow. It is incredibly important and sacred work. So like by me doing this, I'm not passing this to Jade. I'm allowing her to like live in her truth, and like obviously teaching her how to love herself too, you know? So like it sucks because the generations before us, like our parents, like I try to teach my mom, and it's like so hard. And my mom was actually super upset with me the other day because she was like, I wrote a post and I was like super vulnerable in it, like saying like how I was depressed at one point and had so much anxiety, blah, 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 blah. And she took that personally, like thinking like, why didn't I come to her about it? And I'm like thinking, and I like didn't say it, like I didn't want to hurt her obviously, but I was basically saying like, she's not healed in that way that I was looking for. So like she couldn't, and I did talk to her about things, but like that answer that I was looking for, she didn't have that because like she's still experiencing those things today.
Right. I feel like that generation is so different too.
Oh, totally. Totally different.
Like my mom is like a ball of fucking trauma, and I've just accepted that.
Well, and Thomas, like that is a lot for him too. His mom was an alcoholic. She abandoned him when he was 5 years old. And so he has picked up a lot of that, and like his dad is like worries about everything. So like he's got all of that shit attached to him, all of that. And then he doesn't want to go through that pain either. Like that, like we were saying earlier, like men don't like to feel emotional either, and they have to be able to rid that pain. So like for women right now, I think a lot of the that's why I like my group is like geared towards women because women are stronger in the sense of going through their emotions.
I feel like they can like sit with pain better.
Emotional pain for sure.
Yeah.
Physical pain too, I think, but
I do too.
yeah. But like I'm sure like tattooing, who sits longer, the men or the women?
Men want to fucking pass out after like 3 seconds.
Yeah. I remember like my back tattoo was freaking horrible. I hated it so much, and I sat through the whole thing. And I remember Thomas was the one. I have one of my ribs, and he has one of his ribs, and he couldn't even like sit through the whole thing. He had to keep going. So
men are so bad. It's great.
Yeah. But I think what's going to happen as we heal ourselves, and this is what's happening with me right now. And this is so interesting because this is my focus. I just healed myself. So now I've healed myself, and now because I've healed myself, it's helping me heal Thomas. It's
right.
Not through our relationship, and it's taking those steps now. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Like how now I understand how to do it. And it's like this love energy that I'm like channeling, that I used to channel through myself. Now I'm channeling it through him. And then also the physical part of it too. So it's just very interesting because that's where my healing is right now. So Kara, we're going to start with you first. You're going to start with you. And then it's going to ripple out around you, and your whole life is just going to manifest into the way you want. And I promise you that. So just don't worry about it. Like, look how successful Britt is over here. Look how I think I'm pretty fucking successful over here, living in land over here, goats and dogs. And I was thinking, though, tonight it's been very peaceful, and I'm wondering if, like, Thomas's energy has caused a little, like, chaoticness. Like, it's not like chaos here, but it's so peaceful here tonight. And he's always here. He's not here tonight. He did, like, a little man's trip that he needs. But it's just, I'm interested if the energy is shifted because he's not here. It is so freaking peaceful here.
Probably. He has things he needs to work out.
Yeah. It's just really freaking... And
enjoy it because you wanted a weekend away. So this is like at least chill, you know?
That's what I was thinking. When we were talking about that today, I'm like, I'm kind of getting my me time right now.
Right.
Yeah. And my kids are sleeping. Did not bother me at all. They're like, I'm just going to go to sleep.
Like, all right, goodbye.
Right, I got more time to myself now. So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So, I mean, yeah. I said this week I'm going to focus on just getting rid of things that have no value to us because we don't fucking need it. He holds on to things, and I tell him to, like, go through shit. Not, like, a ton of things. But, like, he just doesn't want to deal with it. And then I'm like, well, then it's sitting here and we don't fucking need this. So that's what I'm doing this week, getting rid of all that shit.
Or purging shit from your house. Yeah. I did that last week. It's like the best thing ever.
Oh, I love doing it. I feel like I do it every season.
Oh, yeah. At least.
At least, yeah, exactly. Just going through it.
Throwing everything out.
I know. Oh, you're blowing out your candles. But I'm so happy you're on tonight. This is awesome. Britt got you on, and I'm like, this girl needs it. Like I said with Britt, like, when you guys are, like, on my mind, it's like I know because I'm supposed to be connecting with you. Like, it's like I know that, but I'm like, okay, but I can't, like, it just has to happen naturally. I'm not going to just, like, be like, you need to be on this meditation tonight. You need to do this. Like, you need to accept it, too, and receive it for yourself. So I just allow it to happen naturally. But I basically called you in energetically.
Yeah, no, I felt right. I was telling Brittany, like, the timing worked perfectly for me tonight, and I was reading the description of it, and it also seemed to perfectly align with, like, what I was feeling the past couple of days.
We're so connected with the planets and the moon, it's nuts. And that's why I speak about it in the beginning, because, like, it totally aligns with everything what we're feeling, because we are one with it, and it's like, nobody taught us that either. They just taught us about our horoscopes. I'm like, how am I supposed to know what my horoscope means when I don't understand that part? So,
right.
I suggest looking into your birth natal chart too if you haven't done that yet.
I've done my birth chart before.
Okay. Well, just make sure you stay connected with it.
Yeah, I definitely keep an eye on it.
I'm gonna go put my petals outside, so don't forget to do that.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna do that.
The other ones I'm just leaving here. And creating an altar is good too. I don't know if you have one, but Britt, I'm sure you have plenty.
Yes.
But Kara, you have crystals too, right?
I have a few
Okay.
that Brittany has gifted me.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah, she has to. Of course she has to.
Got some tiger's eye, pink tourmaline,
Snowflake obsidian.
obsidian. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. What else do I have?
I don't remember I don't know if I gave you rose